Gamestormers is for 3 to 6 players, takes approximately 45 to 60 minutes, and is for ages 9 and up. There are 2 ways to win at Gamestormers: either score the most points or be voted the best game overall. The object of the game is to create a 5-card game narrative using a storyline, 2 mechanics, and 2 item cards that are placed in your player notebook. To set up the game board, shuffle the item deck and flip 6 cards face up. In addition, shuffle the mechanic and storyline decks. Take out the first turn marker, the arena tokens, and the theater dice. Each player is dealt 2 character cards. The players will look at their character cards and choose one to keep and put in their notebook, and the other to discard. Each player is also dealt 1 item and 1 mechanic card to their hand. They can choose how they would like to use these cards. Players can take any 2 actions in any order on their turn. Players can only take the arena action once, and only if no other player or 1 other player has taken that action this turn. To use the temple action, a player may discard an item or storyline card from their hand to use the ability on the card. Take the arena token if you take the arena action on your turn. If there are 2 players who took this action, they each draw a storyline, item, and mechanic card and use it to create a short game narrative that they'll pitch to the players. Players will vote on who they thought had the best game pitch. The winner will keep both tokens, and each player will keep one of the cards they drew. You may take 1 face-up item card from the item market as the market action. If the market is ever empty, replace it with 6 new item cards. To take the theater action, roll the 5 theater dice. Using one of the images you rolled, create a card worth 2 victory points. Decide if it's a storyline, item, and mechanic card, and briefly describe the card. To use the forum action, draw 3 cards from either the storyline or the mechanic deck. Keep 1 in your hand and discard the rest to their appropriate discard piles. At the end of the round, each player will add 1 card from their hand into their player notebook. Next, resolve the arena action if there are 2 players in the arena. Then, you'll move the first player marker 1 person to the left. Next, replace the cards in the item market with 6 new cards, putting the old cards in the discard pile. Finally, each player should discard their hand down to 5 cards, except at the end of the final turn. Keep in mind that your character has an ability that it can sometimes use once per game, only during your turn, or only at certain parts of the game. The game officially ends after 5 rounds, and everyone has placed their 5th card in their player notebook. At the end of the final round, players then have 1 to 2 minutes to explain their 5-card game narrative to the other players. Players then vote in secret for who they thought had the best game narrative. The player who receives the most votes gets the Designer's Choice Award. A tie splits the award. To determine your final score, add the values of the cards in your player's notebook and the mechanic card bonuses. If you had the most of one type, such as 4 sci-fi cards, give yourself +2, or +1 if you tied for the most with another player. If you had the most variety of different types, give yourself +2, and +1 if you tied with someone else. Give yourself +1 for every arena token you have at the end of the game, and give yourself +2 if you voted for the eventual winner of the Designer's Choice Award. In this scoring scenario, the person earns 2 + 1 + 2 + 2 + 2 for 9 points, and earns +1 through the secret passage by having a high seas card. In addition, they earn +2 for having the most variety of different types. They earn +1 for earning 1 arena token during the game, and earn +2 for voting for the eventual Designer's Choice winner. To determine the second winner, add up all of the scores from across all of the players and determine who had the most points. This person gets the Game Builder Award.